Okay, so how do we avoid confronting? How do people effectively manage to think they're confronting without actually being confronting? One way is to confront what's wrong with somebody else. That's always a winner. Um, so, confronting is this very methodical process where you take apart how you behave with the tweezers, and you um, keep and or enhance or just improve certain things and eliminate other ones. What's another way? Well, sometimes we just don't know that we're doing something that we're doing. Like every so often you notice that you didn't put something back where you got it, and you never connect those things in a string to realize that this is something you don't like doing. See, that's the thing you have to confront, is that you don't like putting things back where you got them. And that could be because there's something wrong with the way you're getting a given thing. Or it could just be something else. There's so many things come from childhood, past lives, or even a trauma that happened recently that's causing you to behave in a certain way. Like, I'll tell you a story. Um, one time I just lost my interest in trading, and when Franny came in that morning, I told her, I think I've lost my interest in trading. And she said, check yourself for trauma. And, which I did, and I tested that I had a current trauma. And then, usually what you do with curing a current trauma is you test the time and day. And it happened to be the night before, or the afternoon, late in the afternoon before, when I had a trade that I wanted to set up as an experiment, and I just didn't bother with it. Quite consciously, I made a choice that, I didn't want to spend the time to, test something and not make any money on it. And I felt terrible about it, but didn't notice how bad I felt. And that's another thing that we need to confront. A lot of times we feel bad and we don't know it. A lot of people abandon eating meat for a while because they don't like hurting animals. And what they don't realize is that the animals are getting hurt, and they're not making any difference with that. Um, to make a difference for animals, what you would need to do is buy meat that is, where the animals are treated better. The animals are treated like, the natural way to treat them. Like, the natural way to treat chickens is to have them run around in a pasture and peck their food off the ground. And that when they do that, they eat a completely different kind of food than when people feed chickens, and the food they eat when they're pecking creates better chickens. Their bones are healthier, and they live better lives. Because, see, everything dies. But what you can do for creatures is to give them better lives. So this is something to confront that most people don't, because they just don't really have the time. And also, see, another thing to confront, let's say that you don't like meat, is that you're having an emotional reaction. And what we do with testing is we trace emotional reactions to their source. That's how we confront them. You know, we find the place where the thing originated, which often is not in this lifetime. So that's just another thing to confront. See, a lot of people have beliefs that interfere with confronting. Also, if you look at the list of immune dysfunctions in the Webb College, there are about 175 immune dysfunctions on the list. And every one of those immune dysfunctions prevents people from confronting something. It's why Alcoholics Anonymous is so big on getting people to confront, because not that they succeed at it really, but they're big at it because alcoholism is an immune dysfunction. And what they've discovered when they look more closely at alcoholics is that they're not confronting a constellation of things that they need to be confronting. People need to confront. There's no cure without it. There's no growth without it. And going without confronting is the road to death. It's the road to your ultimate demise. And that, see, there's something to confront right there. You know, if you're on the path to perdition, that's the thing that you've got to confront. Uh-oh, I'm on the road to perdition. So, like, what I started out saying is that there's a very limited benefit in confronting other people, and a big benefit in causing them to confront for themselves. And you really don't do that by telling them things about themselves. You have to make a context where they confront and where they feel safe in confronting. You know, they feel like they can. We have a little card about confronting, and one thing it says is don't put up with the bullshit, which is different from telling people about themselves. It is actually asking for the truth, asking for them for a different behavior. In the moment, right now. that, sometimes people say, like, not to say you always do this or you never do that. And, you know, there's a truth to that, because the only thing really to do is to just ask them to do the thing right now that you were going to say they never do, which just reinforces it.